What a setting, boys, what a setting. Just waiting for the anchor to take hold there. I'm anchored down here off the south coast. Beautiful cliffs in the background. I think I've picked the right day. I just got to get a day boat fishing. I just got to do it. I don't care what I catch today. I've got a little bit of chum for some trout I caught that I've chopped up. So I'm hoping the anchor will hold. I've got most of the rope out. And fingers crossed the tide's not too strong. I don't want to drag. It'll settle down. And fingers crossed, get a few fish. But I mean, when it's like this, it's just a pleasure to be out in a boat. Yes, 2.5 hours drive for me to get down here, but 50-year-old boat. It's just, you know, guys, I'm banging trips in here as and when I can. One day it won't be here and I'm going to wish I'd done it. So at least I've arrived late at the party, as they say, but by golly, I hope to make up some time. What a spot. Right guys, I'm not going to lie. I was going to do a tackling out sequence and I can't help it. It's just fishermen notice like I've got to get a bait on the bottom. I've got pieces of rainbow trout down here on these two. Tide's going, well, it should be going the other way. I don't know whether, you know, it's the last of the flood, because on the beach I thought it was high tide, and discussing it on the beach saying yes, high, so I figured it's going to be ebbing. And if it's ebbing, I'm putting a shark line out, because I've seen bluefin tuna jumping up there before, and I just fancied it for a small porbeagle, 100 pounds or so, or maybe a thresher shark. Stupid, I know it sounds incredibly stupid in a little self-drive boat, but if you don't put the chum in the water and you don't put a shark line out, you're never going to know. And let's face it, I can still fish away here on the seabed and see what's about. So I've got rainbow trout on those two. On the other one is a disgusting chunk of very old cuttlefish, just hooked on. I'll show you here, dead simple, because it's snagging them over reef, just like that. Look, a little nylon running ledge there, because I'm dropping down in, I don't know what it is here, 50, 80 feet, I don't know, it's not very deep. And there is my bait, as you can see. Ready, just going to lob it back. And then my mainstay is going to be small, those two small spinning rods, which might just salvage me and catch me something. So this one I'm going to chuck back, basically because I can cast this rod. You don't need to cast, of course you don't need to cast. But that way I've got one here, I've got one and an old bolt there, nothing bolt for weight, so I don't want to lose too many leads. There's other boats out here fishing, nobody's anchoring. I don't know why, they all drift. I guess they're looking for mackerel all the time. But I like to go and get a bit of mixed fishing, bigger fish on the bottom, so I let it run down. You've seen all this before in our films. The main thing for beginners with sea fishing is feel the seabed. There, bang, it's gone. I pull back, bang. You just see the rod stop there like that? So you pull back, under tension, bang, that's on the bottom. I then put it on straight drag or star drag. You set it to your drag setting you want. That's okay. And then what I do is just wind down. I'm on braid here, by the way, guys. It doesn't matter. I've got one on mono. Braid, doesn't matter. I come back on the drag in case anything grabs. I do not want it being whipped over the side. And now it's just a question of waiting. I'm hoping I'm on the right piece of reef here and get some action. But I'm going to put the small hooks down. I've not done so great when it's been flooding. The few times I have fished here, I'm no expert, trust me, I've only just started fishing here, is when it's going the other way, ebbing, and that's the one I fancy. It goes right down in the bay, all the way across Devon, everywhere, down to Cornwall, probably across to America. But no nibbles that I can see as yet, so I might as well rig the small rods up, basically have a sandwich. So I'm going to be using a rod I'll get out of the skip. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Feed this one a little bit of line, it's a big bait. The rod I get out the skip, well, let's talk about that later. There's a shark line, I haven't even thought of that yet. It's definitely. Oh. That was definitely a pull on both rods, guys. Has he got both baits? Look, 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 look. There's the bite. Got to make sure. This one's going, I think this is a small eel. Oh, shit. It's not a small eel. Oh, God, I've got to get him off the bottom. Got to get him off the bottom. God, oh. Oh, he's in something. He's gone through something. He's going through rope. I'm going to lose this one. I feel it juddering through something. Oh. What the hell was that it was going through? It's not my anchor rope, I hope. I end up losing a fish. First fish of the day. We're so nice to get an early fish. Turn the clicker off ground because people start crying with agony when they hear a clicker going. This is not 3 pounds. They've even got the conger spotting plane up there. And I got it down as a conger. Oh, oh, oh. What was that I went? There's another bite on this. I'm not sure I'm going to have a huge cluster of. I've got the same fish. Here he comes. Nice conger. Nice conger. I can see him in the clear water. Oh, yes. Get in. Get in. Look at the nut and bolt, Uncle. Oh, no. Look at the rod. Hang on. I'll put my foot on that one. I'm on this one as well. I've got my foot on that rod. There's definitely something these eels are juddering through. I think I'm going to lose gear here somewhere. That one's just laying there. Oh, this one. I've got to keep it moving. Hopefully that drag's okay on the right hand. Smith, Smith. Oh shit, nearly went then. Hey Mabel, wake up love. I got 2 of those conger things on back at boat. Holy cow, it's a double whammy for Uncle Graeme. Get T-bar Mabel. Alright Smith, you get shotgun. You think I'm mucking about guys? This is totally awesome conger fishing. What, look at, oh Jesus, he's come off, that's just as well. That's a big one. He's just gone through the mono, held him too hard, and here's the second fish here. Well, well, well. Double whammy. Oh, a nice big conger to start with. Wowee, what a start. I better check this third rod, people. Well, well, well. That's rainbow trout, boys, for you. Wowee, what a start. What? Get in. Double whammy at conger, love. Aye, what do you think of that? Where have you gone? I've got a life belt there for Smith, a life belt for Mabel. Whew, mamma mia. Right, guys. I'm sweating. I'm going to get burnt today. There is my expendable weight, look. Just an old rusted up nut and bolt. It's like me. It's old and seized up, but it works. Takes the bait down. I just whack a chunk of rainbow trout there. I'll show you that with the background of it. A chunk of rainbow? Really? It's a wheelie on a Wednesday? I'm the only guy who can enjoy himself and have a laugh on his own. Men in white suits will arrive shortly, Graeme. And the boat over there saw me catch 2 conger and have immediately moved straight up here. It's the way of the world. Out we go. Gosh. That gives me hope. That really, really is so super sweet to get double conger on like that. And I haven't even, I've been in 18 minutes anchored. Wowee, not even looking at the cuttlefish. And I haven't brought enough rainbow trout with me. I'm like an idiot, I chopped it all up for shark. I thought I'd keep a few fillets back just in case, because I knew I wouldn't catch mackerel. On the bottom. Bump it once. Bump it twice. Wind down. Check drag. Okay. I'll just lift this one and make sure it's on the bottom. I know it is. Yes, it's on the bottom. Oh yeah, do you know what made me anchor here? About 150 yards up there is a buoy. Well, there's loads of crabs and lobsters goes on here, and they're not going to anchor on the sand, they're going to anchor on the reef. So I've come out and tried to get level with them like that on what I consider to be rough ground, and that's where the bigger fish are going to be. Come on Graeme, stop talking to these people and get bait out. Highly technical bit of bait rigging. Not much tide. If there's tide, I would go in the end here and whip it. I'm just going to go whack straight in the middle. Oh, it's still frozen. There it is. Because there's no tide. Well, very little compared with where I normally fish up around the Isle of Wight, which I don't seem to be doing. I seem to be driving all the way to Devon and having better fishing, to be honest. Clear water, lovely clear water, which is why I'm thinking S-H-A-R-K. So tempted to put that chum bag over, but I don't like the tide going this way. Trouble is, when I'm fishing I get so engrossed, I rarely eat or drink, you know. Might not look that. Beach fishing, yeah, because it's sort of throw it out and just sit there, but what's the good lady giving me today? Plenty. That's offensive, isn't it? Like, that's really offensive. A Cornish pasty. I'm fishing in Devon. Sorry about this, guys, you Devonians. Sorry, guys. You have to invent a Devon pasty for me. Don't want to upset anybody, politically correct. And of course, a crushed and squashed liver pate sandwich with just a hint of stinking rotten trout and cuttlefish fingers on top. Even COVID couldn't survive on those hands. I find it strange I got those two conger just like that. I can't remember the last time I got a double of conger straight hooked up at the same time. You have to put a lead on that one, small one. I'm continually doing this, look. Bang, it's on the bottom. If your bait is pushed by the tide and it's swinging up here, all the majority of our fish swim along the seabed, which is hanging 4 feet off the bottom. You're not going to catch anything. So I try and drum it into beginners, just keep bumping, very often bumping and moving the bait does attract a fish. I think they hear the lead hit, like that. It might be a bit of movement. As you lift the lead, the bait moves and waves in the tide. But more important, you're anchoring your bait in their zone. I'm anchoring my wife's liver patty squash sandwich in my zone. I wouldn't eat it if it was up there, would I? Do you see what I mean? I wouldn't eat it up. I can't get to it. Here, I can push it straight through my face and out the other side. Something's occurring. Something's occurring. Nothing on the small hooks. There's the bite. Look, 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 look. Just there. He's eating it. He's on. Good. Good. Twanging and banging. Oh. Gotta get them off the bottom, that's the thing. They're just juddering through something. It feels like it's, unless it's this braid, it feels like it's going across a lobster rope or something like that. Get the clicker off, Graeme. Don't upset the clicker clipboard brigade. I don't like clickers, they're too noisy, mate. Turn it off. Not a big one. I don't think it's a doggy, I think it's a conger where it was kicking and thrashing, but probably a bootlace or a strap. Bootlace being the small congers, straps being decent size, medium congers. I don't know what they call big ones. Animals. It's a conger, boys. Oh, look at it in the current back there. It's in the current back there. You come to Uncle Graeme. That rainbow trout. Oh, I've got to go fishing. What an excuse. I've now got to tell the wife, I've got to go fishing, darling, to get bait. I've got to catch more rainbow trout. That rainbow trout's fresh, so it was only caught yesterday. Bad news is, I think I've got my other line here. Oh dear. He's actually lassoed around. So, hook out first, and I've got to sort out a MESS with braid. Not good. There's the rainbow trout down his jaws, guys. I just don't want him screwing up. Too late. That's the conger twist. There he goes. He's still got the rainbow trout in his jaws. Can you believe that? Down there. He has actually got the proverbial free lunch. 3 congers, boys. I've had no nibbles on the small hooks, which kind of surprises me. It might be wrong time of year, I don't know if it's really small fish to move in yet. Had that 3rd conger eel, but nothing on the cuttlefish. So I've taken the cuttlefish off, and I've got a manky old piece of mackerel there with the hook in. We'll try the mackerel. I've got a limited amount of rainbow trout, which is why I am trying the mackerel. But we'll give it a go. If I don't get anything on this, obviously I can use the mackerel for small baits as well, you know, for small stuff. I think the tide is just easing. So much as I want to put my shark line out and my chum trail over, I think I'm going to wait. And the other thing I think I'm going to do is, if you fish an area and it goes dead, it's so easy in this boat just to pull the anchor up and move maybe 100 feet in or out. If I go out, I might lose the edge of the reef because I want to be in line with that lobster pot boy. So I might give it 15, 20 minutes here to about another 15 minutes. If there's no more bites and nothing on the small hooks, I think I just take the top. I don't normally move. I really don't normally move. I go there, I sit all day on the same spot, mainly because I've got a shark line out. But I think I will go inside a little bit and just see if I can't find some fresh area. The other boats are gone. I've now got the entire ocean, other than a noisy speedboat over there, who's currently burning through his bank account for some reason. Just ripping around the ocean without a fishing rod. Seems kind of weird to have a boat and you don't have a fishing rod with it. That wasn't a bite, guys, that was me kicking. I don't know why there's no small fish down there. I've got 2 little pieces of cuttlefish on this paternoster rig for small fish, and on this one I've dug out some stuff I was using shore fishing, little bits of squid. I remember coming here once before and squid did the business, but that was later in the year in the autumn. What a day. I've got to get some cream on, guys. I'm frying. I'm like a sort of human kebab, really. As the saying goes, oh, this is one I prepared earlier or last night. I tried to freeze it, and what I've done, double bagged it and put the bag inside the bucket. Just put half inch in this. I might just reuse it, burn it out. There might be a rogue poor bugle shark. You never know. If you don't try it, you will never know. It costs nothing except the labour of preparing it. Right, let's not drip it over the boat. Tie off point will be there. There we go, guys. Oh, look at that, boys. Oh, to have all that in the blue shark season. Look at it, beautiful. I'm just going to hang this on here and just let it sit in the tide there. This will attract mackerel and other stuff in season. I'm not at the time of year really for them, but possibly a few around. But see, that's just going back that way, and I'm going to stick a shark line out, whatever. Now that is all those particles you can see, all those particles there is brown. You can see it. If I lean forward over the side, you should be able to see it coming out the tide. And the biggest poor bugle shark I ever caught with, when Wayne came out on his first shark trip, was at anchor, I think. I've caught plenty of sharks at anchor, no problem. Well, problems, but I've overcome them. Oh, 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 you people, you people. There's the camera. Looks like a small fish bite. And I just had a tiny bang on that. Look, 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 see that one? That looks breamy to me. Now that, guys, I just told you about dropping that anchor rope back. Could be dogfish. Now pulled out. Drop it straight back down. That one looked like a bream bite to me. If you miss a fish, just look, they could have had the bait off, but I always drop that bait back and give it a few minutes just in case. Right, come here, my boy. I've got a job for you. And of course, now I'm getting even more sunburn because I've got to get the shark line out. I'm keen. Once I see that stuff in the water, it does something to my brain. Don't know what. If you're in shallow water, that will attract other species as well. So I've brought out just one manky old mackerel here of dubious origin from, might even be older than a year. But listen, a bait is a bait is a bait. Put a little split in there, just like that. So, when I pull the shark hook down like this, it now pops up. That can go over the side. Sometimes I tie, you can see, look, a piece of nylon here, I've tied a lead weight on there. But I won't need it this time, I don't think. If you do what I've just done, blue shark fishing on the drift, just be aware a shark could be right under the boat. So be aware you're going to have to grab it quickly. And I'll just peel off my depth, which is a total guess at the moment. You never know. Oh dear, bite on the other one. Got a little clip here, this is my own invention, copied many times. I'm glad people copy. It must show that it works. Now, I'm going to put this up here until I find a gap to run that back. Now, I had another bite on that one because I'm going to put my shark. Well, you do it, look, if you've got a shark line, you're going to run out, bring your other lines in first and put your distant one back the farthest, i.e. the shark line. We're going to bring in these small rods because I can always drop them down after I've put the shark line out. Oh, might be a little pouting or something on there, I don't know. It might be on a one-way ticket. As I said, I'm not really a lover of the tide going this way for the shark. I quite fancy it going back to the west. Weed, that's why it felt heavier. But that bottom hook strip, guys, I've only just recently cast that out. Got my shark line. Now I'm just going to feed this out. Oh. Guys, if you remember I told you to drop that line back, look. If you get a bite, just, you know, the bait could be off, but it's worth leaving just for a second or two. And indeed there is a very dogfish looking bite there, which I will let progress this time. Now this wants to go slightly right. So oh, look at that jellyfish. Huge long tendrils on it. It's about 4 inches across, pulsating there, but it must have 4-foot tentacles on it. See, there's not much tide. Goodness me, what's going on? I think I better take a look at this one, people. Oh, I wonder what's down there, nibbling on that mackerel. I've got squid down there. They don't like the squid either. Right, just a heads up. Got the other guys coming round to see a mackerel in the sort of circling, like vultures. Changed again. Lost one rig in the bottom. Running ledger. All it is just a different bait because they tell me there is a chance of a smooth hound, but although I'm on rock, the smooth hounds are going to be closer inshore, I feel. So I've got a frozen crab here, just a frozen crab with a tip of squid on there. So maybe a fish comes along and he thinks the crab is feeding on the squid, not concentrating, and is easy prey. That's my theory, and that catches me smooth hounds. But it's frozen crab, not fresh crab. And because there's no tide, I need to drop this one down very slowly. There's not enough tide to pull it away from the actual short boom there. This would be an ideal time to fish with a longer boom, but for the time it's going to take to change it for, say, half an hour of slack tide, it's not worth doing, I feel. Just let it down slowly. Oh, they're going to anchor now. They decide to anchor quite close. That's the way it is. Maybe they've seen the chum trail. I saw something splash back here. I'm not saying it's a shark. I've seen a load of mackerel coming up. And it looked like a bass or something chasing them, but I don't know what else was in that little chum slick, just to the right of the throat. It was just, whoa, whoa, whoa. I've gone back to rainbow trout, guys. And I have not got a lot of rainbow trout left. That was a definite tuggerini. Just going to hold it there. Going to raise it a little bit. No, there's nothing there. Whatever it was has let go. So, like I said earlier on, don't just wind up every 2 seconds to check it, because all the time that you're off the seabed, you're not in the kill zone. Another thing, look, if you're on a boat on your own, indeed, it doesn't matter if you're on a charter boat, probably the skipper will tell you, when it starts to swing on the slack tide, you can get lines going everywhere. So sometimes it pays you over slack water period, wind your leads off the bottom so they're just hanging, and just sit down and go and have lunch for like 20 minutes. It takes the tide to turn. Once it goes the other way, that way, which I'm hoping, keep everything straight. But I was pointing that way. I can tell by the chum slicks going really just like dead now, and it's just wanting to go around this way. The wind's going to catch the stern and push me around, so I figure we're half an hour from the turn of the tide, which is not what we said on the beach when we discussed it, but still, it's a strange old world out at sea, these tide tables. Who makes them up? Who makes all those tide times up? What a job, eh? Making up tide tables that nobody understands. That fish hasn't come back. I'm not going to shake. Now look at the bag. When I put it in, if you look at the earlier clip, it was pulled right back there in the current. This has died in the last 15 minutes and the bag's sinking down like that. All little tips, guys, all little tips. They all add up and hopefully will point into your favour. I've put sun oil on, but I'm frying. I should put my shirt on. If I don't, with the body of a Greek god, it might frighten the people in the boat. They might think, good Lord, Adonis is over there fishing. You see, look at all this rubbish coming past, folks. This is another sign of high water, or indeed low water, slack tides, I want to say. And I'm getting snagged all the time. The boat, there, look, that's the bottom, that's not a bite. It's where the boat's trying to pull and it's dragging all my lines into the bottom, look, like that, straight in the rock. So, see if we can bounce this one out. No, that's a satellite skier, okay? It happens. Now if you look, it's swung all the way around here. The wind's going to come this way, and very often happens, either the high water slack or the low water slack, the wind will come up. So it'd be interesting to see if the wind gets a set in the southeasterly, which I think it might do. These people have moved next to me, some beyond them, a guy there, which looks like a warrior's moving in on me, and there's a guy down there. So he's new to the area, although he lives here, so one assumes he knows something and he's come down here for the ebb tide. I have no choice, I am here, but you can see by the headland, the bow is now pointing straight to the headland. So we're going to go right round here. Eyes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counting me, 5 are drifting. I'm the only one anchored. Time for some grub, I feel. Well, I'm going to go back inside in here a little bit. There's plenty of tide running now, and I've had one other dogfish. As you can see, the bait's not really chewed. I have one dogfish, so I figure time to have a move. It might be a state of tide. It just seems strange how I had those fish just straight off the bat, and then when you think you're going to get the fish, nothing. It's like weird. All the other boats, I saw one mackerel caught in 6 boats, which isn't exactly going to set the world alight. So I am going to move inshore. I'll spend the last couple of hours in there. Hopefully, I'd like to find one more conger, or maybe something a bit different. The crab is still there for the smooth hound. Squid's gone, so obviously something's had a chew there. Other than that, unbelievably quiet. You can see my slick going back here, way back out there. All this smooth area, that's my chum slick. Well guys, I've been offshore into deeper water. I've had no bites on the small baits, which is quite bizarre, quite peculiar. Not even pouting, I don't understand that. So I've gone from those 3 nice conger, which is hero, down to nothing, which is 0. So I've gone from hero to 0 in the last few hours. I've now come right inshore for the last 30-35 minutes. I thought it would be a bit of a wise move. More tide, yes, there is more tide. Loads and loads of weed and rubbish coming past. I'm tight into the headland, so there's loads of junk going down. It's hitting the line, it's floating my leads off the bottom. I'm catching nothing, and I foresee in the next 30 minutes catching nothing. I've got to tough it out anyway. Thanks guys for watching the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. At least I got a bit of action early doors. It doesn't matter whether you catch them early, middle of the day, end of the day. It's always good to get out there, and I was so grateful to get out on the boat fishing anyway. So we'll see you guys next time. There'll be water involved. It'll be a river, it'll be a lake, it'll be out on the sea. Hit the subscribe button, TA Fishing and TA Outdoors. And I'm off for a beer tonight, fingers crossed. Probably have to be home now, I'll be so late. Great setting. As well as I caught the conger, I think I caught sunstroke as well. Guys, I've had another conger, small conger down there. It's a small fish now hooked up on the light rod. I don't know what it is, could only be a dogfish or anything like that. I don't know, it's on the small hooks. On this one, just packing up, we're just getting tap bites. And the weed is gone now. It would be on the light rod and a small hook, so I can't tear his head off. It's probably just a doggy. But it's another fish. So I've had another conger, small strap, I guess about 6-7 pounds, something like that. And I had weed and that with it, so I didn't bother filming that one. And then whatever else this is, I lost, I think, a bream. I got a feeling I might have been getting a few bream bites in this tide. But I've heaved this way back. I'm trying to think what was on here. I'm not even sure what was on here. I think it was the 2 small hooks. It's kicking, whatever it is. Is it a dogfish? Don't say I'm coming home with a dogfish trophy every trip. I feel it is. I wouldn't surprise me if it's a double dog. Wind's coming right up, as you can see. Obviously, I'm the last one out here. That goes without saying. No, I tell a lie, some guys outside of me. I'm the only one on their own out there, that's for sure. Oh no, don't come off, he's got around the other line. Ah, I wonder if I've just got the other line as well, because something bizarre's happening here. This should be good fun. I think I'm clear, You just need to go home with an extra fish. You know how greedy us fishermen are. And this is on the light rod, this is on the one to get the fish on, this is the one. I wonder what it is. He's pulling awfully hard for a dogfish. What is that? It's probably just a doggy spinning. Yeah, it's a doggy spinning. I'll take it. I got me the dogfish trophy. 52 trips in a row. On the shore, in the boat, Graeme's the man for the dog. He's probably got 2 hooks as well. Tell you what, boys, it's a big old dogfish. Bloody hell. That is as big a dogfish. That's as big a dogfish as I think I've caught for a very long time. Jaw hooks as well. I love it. That's a big dog. I'm telling you, boys, that's a big dogfish. Get him in the sun. There he is, and back he goes. Bye. Probably see you again next week.